Hello everyone. Welcome back to Tilly Does It. So today we're going to be doing our rough May budget. I haven't even looked at May, so I don't even know what's going on yet. Today is April 30th, so we get to change our calendar. So let's put it for 3 and put it back to 0. I really love this calendar. I got it from Target. I will link it below. And we also get to change our inspiration card of the day. So let's go ahead and do that. And today's inspiration card says, "All appears to change when we change," by Henry Amiel. No, I'm not going to even try to pronounce his second name. Okay, so here is my budget basics. I have my notebook. I have my monthly calendar. It's all beat up, but you know, it's been there for me through thick and thin. I have my iPad for my calculator. I do have a calculator here that I really like, but I like to see the numbers big and see all the numbers written out. You'll see what I'm talking about soon. And so let's begin. I'm going to put on my lucky bracelet. And I have my plant of prosperity and wealth here. So I'm ready to go. All right, so the first thing here is we have our May budget all written out in my notes here. So this is what I would use to put in here. So this is going to go off to the side. And this is the star of the show. This here is everything. So I'm going to put this to the side as well. And we're going to go ahead and go to May. And as you can see, this has been through the ringer. Okay, so May is fresh, ready to go. Let's do this. So the first thing I do is see how many paychecks I will hope to get from May. So I get paid every Wednesday. So we have 5th, 12th, 19th, and the 26th. So I have 4 paydays coming in. And I like to write that in green. I like to budget lower than what I expect to get. So I'm just going to go ahead and write 860. That is a safe number for me. The next thing I like to do is write out my debt. I write it in red. And we're done. So this is all of my debts here on paper. Next, we're going to go ahead and write all of my expenses. Okay, so now all of my expenses are in. Next thing I like to do is write out my challenges for the weeks. And I write it along the notes section here. And then I also write out my cash envelopes, however much I get to spend. Okay, so you can see here, I wrote all of my challenges and then my cash envelopes here. And I also want to point out that for May 26th, it's the 26th to June 2nd. So if I had any bills I needed to pay from the 1st and the 2nd, I would write it here. But I don't have anything those 2 days. Not going to see here rent. I live in my parents' house with my sister and our families. They let us use their house. They live somewhere else, but they let us use their house. So we're very fortunate to not have to worry about rent at this moment. Or else I probably couldn't have a lot of these things here that I really want. Let's get into the fun part, the highlighting. And you can see here, this is still blank. That's because I have to know how much money I have left over after paying bills for the week to see how I can cover this. So that's how I usually work. So let's go get my calculator. So I budget paycheck to paycheck. I don't live paycheck to paycheck. I just budget paycheck to paycheck. Okay. So I'm gonna put my password in. Okay. So the first thing we gotta do is change out my calculator. This is why I like using this calculator, is because I can customize it to be whatever I want. We chose to go with this. So let's go ahead and begin. I just use any 4 random highlighters, as long as they're different colors. So we have our first income of $860. So I put $860 in here, and then I take out my debts and expenses. So minus 60, minus 180, minus 40 for gas. Those are all going to be a part of it. And this is, remember, this is a rough draft, so I don't care how it looks. This is just a rough budget. My phone loan is $32. Amazon, $536. And this is for my music, and I use this every day in my car. Capital One, Verizon, and I need to call them about this because they're charging me more. It's like $5 more than what I usually pay, and it wasn't supposed to change, so I gotta call them about this. And this was double I was paying when I lived in my apartment, and it was just crazy. Okay, and then Sirius is another radio station. My dad uses this, so I keep it. And that's everything for the first week. So next thing I do is I take how much I have left, and that is $336, and I write it here. So I know how much left I have to use for this here. So I keep going and doing the same thing for the other ones. And then when I get to the 26, I just write it here. You know that in the comments if you guys are okay, or if I need to explain a little more, let me know. Okay, so the next week is the 12th to the 18th, and this is when things get a little bit crazy for me. The next 2 weeks is they have high bills, a lot of bills, and sometimes it's just like, can I pay for this? So we're gonna see. So $860 is my amount. Oops, $860. I have Kohl's. And this is a real life budget, guys. This is what I pay every time. So I'm gonna pay an extra payment to my Macy's. This is if April didn't cover Macy's. If April covered my Macy's bill, I don't have to worry about making this payment nor this payment. Well, usually they have like a little bit of interest I have to pay, so we'll see. Extra payment of $35 is gonna go in this budget. HBO, Macy's is $50, and if I paid off Macy's, this will be an extra payment to my Capital One. Barclays, this is my computer, which I really love my Mac computer a lot, so I'm okay with that purchase. Geico is $160, and Amazon is $75. So this is going to be 318. So 860 again. And I have my UHG, which is a long-term personal loan that I've had for a while. My Subaru payment, which takes up a whole chunk of my money. But I love my car, so that's that. Gas is 40. Netflix is 18, and it just keeps going up. I'm really contemplating on, I think it's at 15 right now, but I budgeted for 18. But if it goes any higher, I don't know, Netflix, you're killing me. iTunes is 10. iTunes is my storage. Microsoft is 276. Hulu is 10. But Hulu's like $5. I don't know why I budget so much for it. And my life insurance is $73.40. So what I have left over for this month, I keep saying month, but week. Come on, Chantell, week. For this week, man, I wanted to put 74, not 73.40. Because I wanted to have rounded numbers. Let me just change this real quick. I don't know why I put 73.40. That's what I'm used to doing, but I wanted to put rounded numbers this time to just try it out this way. So let me just go back. Okay, that's better. So 192 is what I have left for this week. And this is half of what my other ones are. Okay, so now we have our last week. And my last week is probably the best week because it has the least amount of bills. So the 26th, I'm starting off with 860. I have my phone. I have my gas. And I have Apple Care. Oh. Okay. And now, because this is, I'm only just paying this, I can now figure out that I'm going to be paying these 3 extra expenses on the last week. So I'll be paying this the 4th week. So that's minus $300. So I'm going to have here $435 left for my cash expenses. And that is the bulk of my budget. Now we're going to go ahead and figure our lives out here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to write how much everything is I have left over. So I'm going to once again take my green pen marker and I'm going to write 336. I'm going to write 318, 192, and 435. Okay, so now we have our numbers written out here, and now we can work on our challenges and our cash envelopes. So our 5K, and I have the paper right here. We're gonna go for the next 4 weeks. So we have 90, 150, 45, and 70. I usually would go in order, but I do want to put that 150 on the last week. So it's going to be a little bit wonky. I do that because this is the highest amount and 150 is the highest amount. So I'm going to pay the 150. And if I get extra money, I will change it back. But for right now, the budget's going to go 150 for here. And then my lowest is here, so that one's going to get the 45. And then the 70-90 is going to be regular. So 90 here, and then 70 here. And that's how I budget out for the 5K challenge. So after I figure out where I'm going to put my 5K challenge, then I can go ahead and do it by week. So 336 minus 90. Dollar date is usually 28. For FOXIE bingo, the highest bingo that I can get within the next 4 weeks will be 39. So I'm going to put 39 here. The budget mom, I didn't look that up. Let me just look it up real quick and then print it out. Okay, so the one that I'm going to be looking at for my budget is the general savings budget one. So this is a budget category count. For me, I don't really have categories like they would have, you know, housing, personal, children, like, and then you have whatever list you have underneath there. I don't budget like that. So I don't have that much categories. I only have like debts, sinking funds, and expenses. And for wealth, there's only like 4 different categories. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count out all of my sinking funds, all of my expenses, all of my debts, and however much I have here is what I'm going to save. So I'm going to count it real quick. So I have 52 budget categories. So I'm gonna write 52 here. So it's gonna be 52 times 3. I'll have to save in May 156. I'm doing it this way because I don't really have my items bunched into categories. Like I would have entertainment would be under Amazon, HBO, Netflix, Hulu, and then house would be water, electric, car would have been my Geico, my Subaru, Toll. I don't really budget like that, so I just take all of my items and just put it here as categories. So $156. So I'm gonna divide 156 by 50. Let me just make sure I did that right. Yeah. Divided by 50. So each box, I'm gonna round up, is $4. So I'm just gonna put $4 for everything here. Okay, so $4 is all written out. So whenever I save enough, I will put that down. My actual amount that I'm going to be saving is really gonna be $200 that I'm gonna be saving because I rounded it up to 4. And I don't know why I don't have this on. I just take it on and off every time. It's always with me. Okay, so that's done. I have to pay $200 within the next 4 weeks. So that's $50 a week. Okay, so 336 minus 90 minus 28 minus 39 minus 50. And Christmas is $23. For my week 1, for my cash envelopes, I have $106. And this is before I get my actual paycheck. I don't know how much I'm really gonna make, but so I just budget $860, and then when I get my check, if it's $20 more, then I'll take out $126. You know, it depends on whatever, how much it is. But whatever extra I take out, it goes to my extra. These don't change. Okay, so week 2, we're gonna go through the same thing, and this is gonna be a lot less. So we're gonna have dollar a day is 28. FOXIE bingo, the next highest after 39 that will come out will be 31. Whoops, did I take that off? 318 minus 70, 28, 31. The budget mom is 50, and Christmas is 23. So I'm gonna have $116, so it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Okay. And, you know, I don't think of myself like, oh my God, I only have this much to spend. I'm saving a lot of money, and that's all that matters to me right now. Let's go through our next one. 192 minus 45 minus dollar a day minus the next FOXIE will be 18. Budget mom is 50, but I might wait and pay it here. So I'm gonna put 0. Christmas is gonna be 23. So for week 3, I probably have about 78 cents to use, $78 to use. So then the week 4, I have 435, and the 5K is 150. Dollar a day is 28. Oh, goodness gracious. FOXIE, the next one is $6. And the budget mom is $100. And Christmas is 23. So for week 4, I will have 156 to spend, or put as extra. Now, okay, so this is all done and funded. The last thing I do now is figure out how much I have to spend. So 106 divided by 4 is around $26. Okay, so personal 10, Carter 10, dining it will be 20. For this, I randomly do the lowest for our personal money. Dining will get a little bit, home goods will get the most, which will be 30, and then extra will be 36. So it'll be 10, 10, 20, 30, 36. Okay. So how do I get these numbers here? I honestly just make them up. I usually give us $10 or $20, even though I budget $100 for each of us. It usually goes towards here because I'm trying to do a lot of challenges this year. So my envelopes are a little bit different than what my notes would say to me. So you're probably wondering, how do I get by with $30 a week for food? Well, my son is only 2. He doesn't eat that much, and he's very picky. I don't really eat breakfast, even though I should be eating breakfast. I don't eat breakfast. I get up really early in the morning to go to work. Our food is free at work. Our lunch is free. So I only really have to worry about dinner time for myself. And my son is usually with my sister or my mom during the day. So they feed him whatever they have. So I only have to really worry about lunch and providing like maybe cereal. My son only eats like kale, peas, corn, maybe sometimes chicken. He's very picky, but at least he likes vegetables. Me, I just eat whatever my mom might have. If I go to her house or if my sister cooks something, then I'll eat whatever she has. Or, you know, I just make like a little chicken meal. I do have HelloFresh meals that I've accidentally bought. I still have about 2 or 3 of them left, so that's good. I do have a lot of pastas in my cabinet. Yeah, so it kind of works out well for us, which is why things are very low. And we're very fortunate that way, that we can, and I can still pay off a lot of my debts in high numbers. Like my Barclays, my Capital One, these aren't minimum payments. These are much higher than my minimum payments need to be. So, and I'm happy and grateful for that. And if I needed money, then I just wouldn't do some of these challenges here. Like if I couldn't do a Budget Mom challenge, I would lower this to $10 a week if I needed to. But I'm going to try to do the max 50. And if I can, if I can't, then I won't do it. You know, I do my monthly budget, but it all depends on how you can do it. If you can't put the money in for challenges, don't put it in. If you need it for food, use it for food. That's a little bit more important than putting 50 away. Maybe you can put $10 or $20 away and use the $30 for food. You have to feed your family. That comes first before anything else. And then you can save $10, $20 after. Okay, so that's how I do my budget. And this is why I do a monthly budget and also a weekly budget, because it can change per week. So week 2. Okay, so week 2 I have $116. So I'm probably gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna do 10, 10, 20, and 30. 10, 10, 20, 30. This time we'll have $46 left over for extra things. Like I am waiting on some May challenges to arrive, so that extra will go towards that. And also my dice game, the extra goes towards that. And also Saveopoly. Week 3 is only $78, so I'm going to make this even less. It's going to be $5, $5, $10, and let's see, 78 minus 5 minus 5 minus 10. Okay, and home goods will be still 30. And that will give me $28 extra. Week 4 is 156. So home goods will get a jump start with 50. Personal will get 20. Carter will get 20. Dining will get 20. And then extra will get 46. And that's that. That's everything in my rough budget. Like, and you can see I've been using this notebook for a while because this is coming apart. My notebook is coming apart. Just look at this. Oh my geez. It's coming apart. I've had it from last year. So this is how my budget looks. And you see here Target is not highlighted. It's because the Target will be paid with the 28th money, which is why it's not highlighted in any of this here. So all my bills get paid. All my expenses get paid. I have money for Mother's Day. I'm good. Everything is here. My son's birthday is coming up this month on the 25th. So I'll be using some sinking funds. And hopefully I will be able to reimburse myself in the coming months. But this is it. This is my rough budget, guys. Leave a comment below if you need me to explain anything on this here. Like I said, I don't pay rent. This is my parents' house that they let us live in. Me and my sister and our families. So I just really pay for water, electric, and for toll. To get to and from work, I have to pay a toll to get to work. I do have to cross a bridge. I hope to see you for my weekly budget. I'm hoping that I stay on track this time. And you'll see that this is going to change weekly. I might not just get $10 to spend. I might get 20, depending on if I did any overtime, you know, things like that. And I am trying to look for a second at-home job just to get a little bit more extra income to save for debt. And we shall see how that goes. Because doing, like for me, doing Postmates or Uber Eats, Instacart might not be available for me to do, only because I do have a 2-year-old son and I do want to spend some time with him during the day. I'm already gone between the hours of 5 to 5, basically. I have to go to work early and then come home in traffic. So I don't get home until like after 5. So I try to spend after 5 with him and my days off with him. And I really don't want to work outside the home if I don't need to. There's a lot of remote jobs that are becoming available, which is good. So I'm really happy about that. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe out there if you have to work like me. If you have any questions about me or anything like that, leave in a comment below. Maybe I'll do a Q&A soon. I will bring this up again eventually. And I will see you guys next time for my May monthly budget look. And that's when I make up my calendar out and my weeks, my weekly budget and all that nice jazz into my happy planner and make all this look nice. Until then, guys, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Bye.